Okay, quick update. Excuse my voice, I'm still got this bug that's going around. It's really making my nose run a lot, but screwing my voice up. But I'm showing you where I'm at right now. As I said earlier, I bolted these halves together because I want to be able to sand and work on this top part and get these lines right here pretty close. Now you can see I got regular wood clamps that have these pads on them as holding the top together. I also have it bolted together in a few places down front and right there. I really didn't need to bolt all of it together, but as you can see on the side right there, what I do is I'll cover the bad spots with a spot putty, sand it down smooth, and I'll respray it with the primer sealer because that gives me a good flat surface to look from to see if there's any imperfections. And you can see when I find them, I'll sand them over and I'll refill them. I had a couple of little bitty spots that popped up here, and I just used my finger and swabbed it on there, and it'll dry pretty quick and I'll be able to work with it. There's certain areas, like this area right here, by where the steering column is going to come out and the steering wheel will be right here. This is going to be covered with a sticker, so I'm not going to worry about this. All I got to do is make sure it's fairly flat, which you can see I've done a little sanding right there, flat to put a sticker on. This area, you can see how rough it is, and that's because I got the primer filler right there, or I mean the spot putty, I'm sorry, and I sprayed it with the primer on top of that. Now I'm going to keep this together like this and work on this today, this little curved spot right here. I want it to be nice, so it's an area I need to work on. And as you can see, this is how it kind of looks like when you work on that stuff. Right now, since I've sanded this, I'm going to clean it and then respray it. Now I may put another bolt right here and work on this area to make sure this is nice. It's in pretty good shape already. These two are looking real good. I've cleaned them all up and I've pretty much gotten to where I like it. But that's some of the progress. I mean, this sort of stuff like this, when you're working with stuff like that, and it's auto body basics, it's work on it, stand back, look at it, and then fix whatever imperfections you find. You know, yeah, you can get real retentive doing this sort of stuff, but like I said, I want this to look really good and reflect a lot of pride out of this. So that's something I'm looking at. You can see as I showed you on these, I worked on some of this area. I kept away from the letters right here. See how this is all smoothed out and looking really good. There's a lot of areas that are going to be covered. I didn't pay too much attention to this. Is where the axle tube goes out to the wheels. Most of that will be covered. And yeah, you can see these little spots that I've cleaned up and been fixing on. But it's coming along and I'm getting closer. Today is the second day of December. I'm getting laundry done. I took a little break, get me a glass of tea, and I'm going to finish that top part, spray this all again, clean it, and then spray it again with the primer sealer. I do believe in the primer sealer to keep the body from bleeding any silicons and other stuff through it. But like I said, this is a work in progress, and it's not hard work. It's a little bit tedious. My only problem is I work long hours, and that kind of gets in the way of doing stuff like this, and I don't have many days off. I guess that's part of the new America that we're into now. But like I said, this is where I'm at. This is that detail sander I've been using. It's got the Velcro sandpaper, and I absolutely love that. Something I've noticed about these sanding blocks that are foam. The old ones tend to lose their tooth, or the sanding ability. It's like this one you can see is older. Now, smack them on something like that and it cleans them up pretty good, but they're getting smoother. So this one doesn't sand as hard as this newer one does. This newer one's got more grit to it than the older one does. The older one I've been using to kind of finish up with, and it's got a nice, lays out the sanding just really nice and smooth. A nice flat surface. You can see how that looks. See how it'll get that on there, and you just pop it and it cleans it up a little bit. But that's one of the tricks about using these sanding blocks, and I really like these. They get into a lot of bad, hard to get spots, and they work really good. So I'm really sold on them. I picked up a batch of these at Harbor Freight, I think around 12 of them for around $8 or so, or $6, I can't remember. But it wasn't that much. But that's a good update for now. And like I say, I'm going to keep plugging away at this thing. And hopefully the fun part's going to be laying the paint on. And then throwing it together. I still hadn't made a list of all the parts I need, but I ain't worried about it. I'll get her done. I got all this month to get it done, so I think I got plenty of time. So that's where we're at for now, and I'm going to sign off for now.